have Alder Marchand. Thank you.
Goal of the redistricting is to ensure that every resident school has the same age, equalizing the number of residents in each ward. United States Census, the city has 134,023 residents counted. Tonight, we have before us the final city base map of the 30 wards balanced within the range of 4,243 to 4,690. On May 16th, we will have the first reading. On May 23rd, we will have a second reading, and the Board of Alders will vote on a balanced City of New Haven redistricting base map with considerations of keeping each ward in a single assembly district, keeping the part of the ward that's already in a single state representative district in that same district and same ward, keeping as much as of an old ward together and moving the rest into a few new wards as possible, keeping current alders in current ward, and for state statute ward boundaries, avoiding crossing assembly, senatorials, or congressional district lines. This map also respects the new educational districts and are complementary to the new ward boundaries. I thank everyone who has participated in this task. I'd like to thank the public for participating in these person and chamber meetings, written correspondence, and the media. Our President, Taisha Walker-Myers, for her trust and confidence in me as a chair, the redistricting committee members, and all Board of Alders colleagues, our city support staff, our city information technologist, Jessica Sokol, PC support tech, Mr. Jacob Konchik, our geographical information systems analyst, our city planning senior project planner, Donna Hall, and Chanel Evans from the Board of Registry. Emails that have been received have been considered, and any additional information provided today will also be considered. Thank you. At this time tonight, to the committee members, you will deliberate on the current version in which each ward currently is within 5% of the ideal population total of 4,467 and thus are in the desired high to low range. The only info from the public today via email from Roger Rowe, Oliver, and Retail trying to stay together with our attached and West Park Avenue and about having Trumbull Street being boundary for Ward 7. Those emails are attached for your reference, and I note them for the record today. Today we'll hear from the public for the final time, and then we will go into deliberations to vote on the map and send it forward to the full Board of Alders. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to open for any testimonial on the part of the public. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this item? Come forward, please.
And the mic is right there. You can pick it up.
Name and address for the record.
My name is Lively. I live at 157 Fremont Road. I'm here tonight to express a strong disagreement with the plan Ward 25 into Ward 26. Ward 26 is completely cut off from where we are. These streets are very short. Roger Road is 1 block long. Cleveland and Oliver are both 2 blocks long. And we should share the same alder as we do currently. It would be disenfranchising to move us into another. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any of the committee members have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please come forward.
I am Harriet Friedman. I live 162 Cleveland Road. When I found out about the redistricting, rezoning, I became quite upset. Your standards for rezoning had included keeping neighborhoods together, not having ward alders change, not changing wards, and that is not what happened. They also talked about having contiguity of neighborhoods, and I never understood why the notch that is Cleveland Road was always somewhat separated from the rest of Westville. It doesn't seem that that's improved. In fact, it seems that what has happened is that it's just changed the notching. So that still Cleveland Road, only 2 blocks long, Oliver Road, only 2 blocks long, are being divided in half. Roger Road, also one side was to 25, and the other side was to 26. It doesn't make any sense. It's illogical. I went door to door as much as I could in the short amount of time because we were not informed that our ward was going to be changed. And when I did, I went door to door to as many people as I could. I believe I sent a copy of that to the public testimony. I have in the paper here, actually the 3rd page is empty, but there's 2. It's a majority of houses. There aren't that many houses. We have more in common with Lower Westville than we do with Upper Westville. We are separated by Forest Road and by Hopkins on one side to 26. It makes no sense. We have more in common with West Haven than we do with Ward 26. We should be the same. It makes no sense that 25 was enlarged to include West River, but is being, but cutting proper Westville proper, Lower Westville proper streets off. That makes no sense. We want to have community. That seems to be what New Haven wants. You shouldn't initiate this 10-year-long process of realigning wards and cutting off community. So I present to you paper evidence. You don't need that. I wasn't able to knock on more doors, but I met my lovely neighbors who uniformly want to be a part of 25 with the rest of our community. So I present that to you. Sorry. And that's what I have to say.
Thank you. Any other members?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for your testimony. I'm just trying to get in my head where you are.
See, that's the thing. But Adam knows where we are.
Yeah, but he's not on the committee.
He's not
so we
on
need
the
to
committee. So where we are, there's the Yale Field, right by the Yale Field. That's where there's Yale Field, there's Forest Road. That's where we are. There are 2 streets, just 2 blocks long. Oh yeah, I could do that if I put my glasses on.
That's fine.
So where we are is here's Cleveland, see purple? Purple's 25. Here's Cleveland, this is us, this little notch right here. This is Forest Road, so this thing right here, that's us.
Okay.
So this is all green Yale, we're not Yale Fields. Well, our concerns are Yale Fields, when there's noise in the Yale Bowl, or noise at the music amphitheater, that's our concern. When people come to Yale Bowl games and make a mess in the neighborhood, that's my concern. When Yale brings in too many people and parks buses on my street, that's my concern. That doesn't concern 26, that's 25. Our concerns are 25. The speed on Chapel Road, that's my concern. That's not 26. 26 is concerned with Marblewood Road. But that's not, I feel for them. I feel for the speed bumps on Edgewood Way that they finally got. But that's not our concern. Our concerns are traffic on Chapel. Our concerns are the Yale Bowl, not the Yale Golf Course. Of course, it's all Yale. But, that's, our concern is to get the gate open to the Yale Field at Rogers that goes all the way, where am I? I'm overly, Clent. Right, so Cleveland, that's right here. There's a gate right here to the Yale Field that's been closed since COVID. But so this notch here, the rest of this greenery, that's not houses, that's Yale Field. This is us, this is real people right here. We belong in the purple. We belong way 25.
Thank you, I really appreciate it. I just wanted to have an idea of where you were situated because I couldn't place the streets.
I know, I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
But we're vocal and we vote and we certainly pay taxes.
Appreciate your testimony. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, and thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, alders.
Is there anyone else from the public that would like to testify?
I would, very, very simply.
Please come forward.
Sure. My name is
And
John
address for the
Watson.
record.
This is going to be short. My name is John Watson, and I live at 127 Roger Road, right at the corner of Roger Road and Fuller Street. And Harriet came, spoke with her, and I agree with her, but I never had a chance to sign the petition. And so you can spiritually add my name to the. Thank you.
From any of the committee members or
Thank you.
is there anyone else from the public that would like to testify on this item?
Carlos Reese, 206 Kimberly Avenue.
It's on, no, the other way, towards the harbor. Towards the harbor. The left hand.
You want more quiet?
so here, Ward 5, I know part on Greenwich, Ward 5 and Ward 6, that's split. But I noticed if that can, certainly to, if you make that whole street either 5 or 6, but then when you come up here, you can break that down and make that even. And so if you take that away, from Ward 6, if you take that away from Ward 5 and give it to Ward 6, that will even out on Greenwich. And instead of splitting Greenwich, you can even that out. And then this block up here, further up here, there's a little block there. Then that little block can make a difference. Instead of splitting Greenwich, splitting the street. I think she knows.
So if I may go,
Yes.
so you're concerned that, so we're on Greenwich Ave, one side is Ward 5 and one side is Ward 6.
Correct.
So what you're looking for is to have it come into either Ward 5 or Ward 6, so you have one specific goal that handles.
Correct, yeah. So to break even between Ward 5 and Ward 6, I know way up here, there's a little block. If you take that block from Ward 5, so let's say there's 100 or 300 people. If you take that from Ward 5 and give it to Ward 6, and then here on Greenwich, give that half to Ward 5, that should somewhat break even. So I don't know if you somewhat understand what I'm trying to say. So
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Reese.
Oh.
It's, thank you, Mr. Reese. Any other question about Article 8?
I know one question. So my question is, you just want one order to be the street, you don't mind which one it is? You want to be Ward 5 or Ward 6? Which one?
whichever one.
So it don't matter which one, just you want the whole street?
I think it, like, I understand Ward 5 or Ward 6, has to stay within
Numbers.
those numbers, so that's why I was saying, if you take that block up here, and, because I think that block belongs to Ward 5, so if you take that block, and so let's say, for example, we have 400 people from Ward 5, take that away from Ward 5,
You can keep that street open.
and give that to Ward 6, and then here on Greenwich, and then give us those people to Ward 5, and then that should somewhat come close to that balance. So
Yeah, that was my question, which one, you Ward 5 right now?
yeah, I'm on 5. So I think that should break even to Ward 5.
Thank you, that was my question, which one you want to find?
Yeah, come to 5. So I think everybody understands what I'm trying to say.
Sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Reese. I just want to share with you that we have 4 alders in the hill,
Okay.
and we're all working together. So even the goal is to make sure that we have the votes necessary in each of the wards, complementary to the state laws.
Mhm.
Okay, so I just want you to know that, but be it one altar that takes care of that area, be it 2,
we're both supposed to help however we can, the constituents, the residents, okay? Thank you.
I'd like to know for the record, Walter Vesta has joined us. Thank you.
Anyone from the public that would like to testify on this item? Thank you.
Hi. Carmen Reyes, Ward 14. My question is just why can't I think that everyone be returned to Ward
Point of
15
order,
like
Madam
it
Chair.
used to be?
She can just give her name and address for the record.
Address your address for the
On
record.
Brewery Square.
Thank you.
The other thing, community garden used to go to Ward 13 and do the rest of Redistricting, we lost Downing Street to Ward 15, mostly because the alternate town Ward 16 refused to give up any first street, so we ended up getting first. Well, Downing, we get PBS, which is across the river on both ends. So it's my only question, where can that be returned the way it was before?
Any questions on the part of the committee members? Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that would like to testify on this item? Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this item? Please come forward. Thank you. I'd like to know for the record, Alder Antone has joined us in chambers.
Very good. Madam Chair, we very much appreciate the diligence of everyone on this committee doing very tedious work. We're doing it on a very compressed time schedule, city staff, police, I guess, support. You know, it's not necessarily exhilarating work, but it's extremely important and obviously required by law. And I also really appreciate your openness to draft now. So we should always strive to role model for our I think there are different philosophies of redistricting. One philosophy is the least change approach, and as few changes as possible, just it's absolutely necessary to achieve population. And that's generally what I see this track now, just more tweaking, avoiding dramatic changes or reconfiguration as much as possible. And that's a good approach in the sense that continuing the status quo minimizes disruption to voters relative to few residents before have to adjust. You already heard testimony from residents of Ward 25, which is one of the most geographically compact wards satisfied the status quo. They don't want to change this. Some also don't. I think with this map, you're probably talking about 1-2% of voters will have a new ward. I'm not sure. I would like to know exactly the exact number is. So that we can, it's not a lot of voters, and I think that's good in terms of minimizing disruption. The problem with the least change approach is that it also locks in some of the problems and the deficiencies of the current map. For example, not having neighborhood coherence, with having in some cases polling places that are very far away from voters who live in a neighborhood separate from the main part of their ward. And with having voters whose polling places confusing with alternate between the bottom areas, which is a pretty serious recurrent problem the last 10 years. And I In terms of the specifics of the matter, I think there's some very well intentioned, tweaks, the moving the boundaries of 425, so that it takes in some of those areas east of the park, so those voters across here don't have to go for this one, the home place. The 26 home place at Baby Street, that's pretty far away. Now there's voters who have to go to school. That kind of makes, potentially makes sense to me as a strong rationale to make it more convenient. I would just hope there's a way to accomplish that while satisfying. Fixing the boundary between Ward 17 and 18, that looks good. Moving that little sliver of Mr. Square on Hall Street up to Ward 7, that makes sense to me. And then moving it into Ward 6, I understand why that had to be done. It does create a whole set of problems in terms of straddle and states and districts. With respect to maintaining the communities of interest, or in other words, making the ward boundaries conform to the boundaries, that's a very difficult task. Obviously, not every neighborhood has an exact multiple of 4,000 ordinance, etc. But what I say, a good faith effort we made to correct some of those issues with the neighborhood coherence, like very split into 6 wards, annex split into 4 wards, things like that. I know these problems were understood, knowledge, there wasn't an effort to address them. That effort didn't necessarily lead to a fix because sometimes the numbers just don't work. All you do is try. However, I do think that with some more time on the clock, maybe with the planning commission in charge of the process, it's possible that some creative solutions for a more geographically compact, logical configuration of boards of very dynamics might be found that will not be considered as least checking out. Okay, so I'm not sure this addresses or even really attempted to address what I see as one of the major problems with the current language, which is having about 10% of our voters from home places to share that. Okay, so this is a confusing problem that currently mostly affects voters who are in wards 1, 7, 19, 21, 22. And I'm a little concerned that with this map, even more voters are going to have this problem because this map places almost as many Ward 6 voters in the 96th Assembly District as in the 95th District. Well, I don't know if those voters are going to be able to get to vote next year, even over here, after their careers on the corner street or something like that. It's bad enough to have your polling place change, but it's pretty traumatic to have 2 new polling places. And I think we also have a bunch of voters in Ward 3 who are now going to find themselves in the 96th Assembly District. I'm afraid they're going to have a polling place that alternates as well. Now, in that case, that's an example of the state redistricting process, which we don't really have control over. Creating a problem and kind of leaving us to deal with it. But I think this map, while very well intentioned, but in many ways kind of keeps the hand on the road on this particular problem about the shift to polling places. And this will require at some point for a substantial tweaking so that fewer wards are straddled across multiple state center districts. And again, this is probably by the state. You didn't create it, the city created it, at least. Okay, let me conclude just by zooming out a little on this whole process. Unfortunately, we know this map is already going to be out of proportion because the buildings are going up every day in downtown Mr. Square, as well, etc. Hundreds of units over all the street are being leased out literally as we speak. We know that sometime in the next 10 years, Church Street South will probably be redeveloped. And it's unfortunate that we have to add a bunch of these streets to Ward 6 when we know that its population deficit will probably be replaced within its current boundaries. Because of that development, Church Street South and other towns. So we have to do redistricting based on the census data we have on the data. We'll see if that's just process. And similarly, there are some long-term demographic trends happening in the involve population on the west side, center, and east side of the city. That has to do with zoning, that has to do with expansion. Factors. You can see that population happening now, but how do we account for that district is pretty difficult. I think think eventually there will be a reckoning where the long-term population shifts in the city. The overall population growth that's very uneven across neighborhoods cannot be solved by tweaking, tinkering around the edges alone, a whole map. Trying to see the rebuild from the ground up. It's a pretty substantial change. All for. It may be difficult to do that with the current process and with this change approach to redistricting. I'm not talking about changing the number of wards or anything like that, but I do think the timeline, exact procedures for redistricting is something worth revisiting charter revision process next year. Thank you for all your work and we and the employers wait folks coalition to look forward to working with the board and the board voters on education coverage campaigns to ensure that all our voters know who is representing them and where they're supposed to go. So thank you very much for listening.
Are there any questions for our committee members? Thank you very much. Is there anyone else from the public that would like to testify on this item? Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this item? Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
I like to close the public section.
Discussion. All those in favor? Aye. Any abstentions? The ayes have it.
Madam Chair.
Base map and addition, the Board of Education district will also follow the new board line with the same words being assigned to each district. Base map as is. And then putting in the Board of Education districts will also follow the new board lines with the same words being assigned to each district. And 15 words get assigned to each school district elected officials. That is not changing.
Discussion.
Madam Chair, I commend all my colleagues for working on this with these. A lot of words were oversized, items are undersized. There's a lot of moving parts. And I think the way that is now, the scares, we get it. All our colleagues have worked together in agreement with all the operations. We're keeping the school elected officials in the same words, nothing has changed. So we try to keep it. It's going to be difficult because the state may be tough with the districts. This year election, districts not to, so that's a little complex. To educate residents this election, especially primary office night. General. But I'm very confident that I will support this map, base map as it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other committee member? Alder Festa?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have what my colleague just mentioned on the meeting board. I think Mr. Good made some excellent points regarding really everything he said, and really it should be us redistricting before the state redistricts. That would make more sense. Unfortunately, that did not happen, and I think that would have addressed some of the concerns that Mr. Good mentioned in his testimony. This was a tedious, difficult process, and you think you would look at these districts and say, this will be easy. All we have to do is shift a little bit here and there, and then there's all the rules that go along with it. So
block messes up the numbers that you were considering. And, you know, of course, we all wanted changes in all of our wards. Unfortunately, we were unable to do so. And with the numbers that we were given, this is what we had to work with. And it was a very difficult changes process. I think my colleagues, not only on this committee, but also the ones that are not on this committee, will work together to try and really try to accomplish some of the goals that Mr. Good mentioned, keeping the neighborhoods together, trying to keep districts with their, you know, state and federal political counterparts, et cetera. So with that, we really did what we could, and it was tedious and hard, but, you know, I want the public to know that we really did work hard on this in a short time frame with the numbers we had. And yes, the city is growing. Unfortunately, we have to go by the numbers that were given to us in the last census. So with that, I hope we can all agree to support the map. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the part? Yes, and Jen, Little.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to congratulate this committee for all the work that they've done. Pulling me on their numbers. And so, when I'm working with individuals, working with numbers. And I think that outside of doing the whole map over again from the ground up and recreating boards, I think that the outcome of what we have here will be good for the next 10 years. We did suggest for our colleagues that understand that they have new developments coming in, that they should aim for the low number of the census recommendation rather than the higher number, because it's going to keep things even within the next 10 years. For example, districts, they vote, but it's like because trying to keep the numbers right. Their district did not have such large blocks. Then we could have done this a little bit more thorough. But because we have to wait for the state, and then we follow that a lot of what we've done, or a lot of what we had to work with, was very limited. And so, although everyone's not going to be happy with this, we see that but you know, we're trying to do to the best of what where voting places are, where neighborhoods are. There has to be a street that's going to lie. And sometimes that street goes right down the middle, going over one side, on the other. You know, so that's what happens. So, but I want to congratulate this committee for all the hard work and for staff that came and helped us with this. And I hope that we can give this a favorable for the full board. Thank you.
Anyone else from the committee that would like to share something in this discussion? Yes, Preston.
I'm sorry, I just want to give a thank you, Madam Chair. There, he had incredible patience with us, took his time, and thank you for everything that you have done to guide us in this process and help us follow rules, even if we want to break them. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to say thanks to the committee and also to the chair for taking on the staff. We stayed in it all the way through, right? And when we had our discussions about moving things, you made sure staff was available. You took all public comment through emails. You made sure we got all of that. You made sure we were really prepared to make any decisions. So I want to thank you for that. And I want to thank the public that got involved. I think it's really important to always have public participation. But we did the best we could with the information that we had. So I am voting in favor of this, and I hope that.
Thank you. And I'd like to take the opportunity to thank my co-chair, Sal DeCola, and also all the committee members who were chosen for a reason. And it was nice to see that the 10 of the 30, but yet all 30 of us were involved in one way or another in this process, that the discussions that we were having in this chamber made this chamber more alive, allowing us to look at what each of us was doing and the passions that we have in each of our wards, making it more human process, understanding that it's with people that we're working with in our wards, but also realizing that the law requires that we look at specific numbers. And at the beginning, when we had the initial draft, many of the wards seemed balanced. But as we got into the work and things started shifting here and there, we realized that we all had to work together and come to an agreement. The best way that we could go, and most of the elders, I would say, felt at peace with this process and are okay with the new board boundaries. So I just want to share that. I think pretty much we've covered everything, right? Okay, no further discussions. Yes, Alder.
Just so people understand, this map will not take effect until 2024. But next November 2023, this will be where the residents will be voting. Because they'll be voting for the next 2 years. So the wards will change for voting in November this year or primary. But the map will not take effect until 2023.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, do I have a motion? All in favor of this basement to adopt it? Aye. Any nays? Any abstentions? The ayes have it.
Madam Chair,
Alder DeCola.
I move
This meeting is adjourned. All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
You like that, right? Yeah.